All right, what we're going to figure out here is how we can figure out what our shortage or overage is at each of these various prices and at what point we're at equilibrium. To do this, we take the number the number price times the number demanded, and the difference then becomes our surplus or our shortage. So for the first one, if we take $20, if we priced our product at $20, and at $20, $2,000 would be demanded, we multiply those together and we get $40,000. Okay, at that price, we have a surplus of 500 left over. So if 2,000 were demanded and 500 were left over, our shortage would then be a negative 1,500. If we priced our product at $25 and 1,600 were demanded, the difference, or what was left over, would be 1,200. And when we figure out with each of these what the shortage or overage is, what we're doing is we're taking the number demanded minus the surplus, and in this case we get a minus 400. We also, if we multiply the price times the number of demanded, we get 25 times 1,600 once again is 40,000. Okay? Now, at a price of $30 with 1,400 demanded, we notice that the number demanded equals the number that is available, and so we have no shortage at this price. At $35, the number demanded is 1,200, and so we have 1,600 left over. At this time, you'll notice that the surplus amount is bigger than the demand amount, so we have a positive number left over. At a price of $40, 1,000 is demanded. We have 1,800 that we've made, and so we have 800 left over from what our consumers actually want. And at $45, only 750 is demanded, and that means we have 2,000 left over. The difference there is 1,250. So what you can see is, as the price goes up, the number that our customers demand goes down. We're going to graph this next. So if we, let's start with the pricing $20 with 2,000 demanded. Okay, so if we come down here at $20, 2,000 is demanded. And so we're going to put a little dot right there on our chart. At $25, 1,600 is demanded. So we come over here, $25 to 1,600, add a little dot on the chart there. At $30, 1,400 is demanded. Put a little dot there. $35, 1,200 is demanded. Put a dot there. $40, 1,000 is demanded. And at $45, 1,250. So a little, I'm not doing this the best with the stylus, but a little bit to the right of the 1,000 mark. And then we draw a line to connect all of these. Okay? Now, we're going to do the same thing for increasing, looking at the supply side. So at $20, what we're going to do is on the supply side, we're going to start by creating our first dot. At $20, we have a $500 short, or $1,500 shortage, or 1,500 shortage, but a 500 amount supplied. At $25, it's 1,200. At $30, it's $1,450, which we already have a dot for. At $35, it's 1,600. At $40, it's 1,800. And at $45, it's 2,000. And we connect these lines. And what we have here is, this is the supply line. This is the demand line. And this is the amount of surplus. And this is the amount of shortage. And what we have figured out is where these intersect. And when we are looking at supply and demand, what we want to do is have these, we want a price where we see these items intersect, where we see the number demanded equals the number we can create at that price. So first question here says, at what point on the graph do the supply and demand curves meet? That would be 1,400 units at $30. All right. Now, what's the name given to this point? It's called equilibrium. What's the significance of this point for buyers and sellers? Well, it lets us know the point that we can afford to produce products and customers will also purchase. And that would be demand. So it's the point where supply and demand meet. And we've done the rest of this together. So the importance of this thing is, at this point is where we can maximize our profits, and that's what we want to know as a business leader.